Well, I mean, that would preseason, the NFL starts in August, so we will see. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with the briefing yesterday, and I'll get to the expansion of. I was really dancing around I was dancing around the economics message, and I had a lot of people tell me, Rush, yeoman job yesterday, but you got to understand something. That team at the White House is not going to talk about the economics message, the economics future until the health aspect of this has some positive certainty and is nailed down. You can do all you want. You can try to goad them into it, but they're going to ignore it. And that's my problem. We're trying to establish a one-size-fits-all policy for this massive country. And Arizona was a holdout. The governor out there, Doug Ducey, they finally forced him into shutting down the state. Well, shutting down, I mean, in putting the social distancing rules into place. Concerned to me, and so are the health aspects. Now, here's the thing that happened. I want there are two competing thoughts. First of all, how many of you watched the briefing yesterday? I think the ratings for the White House briefing every day are pretty much through the roof. CNN did not come. CNN backed out of it. That briefing yesterday was chock full, whatever you thought of it, it was chock full of more information and data, which is what everybody wants. Let me ask a question. How many press people get to ask Trump questions at Trump rallies? Zero. He doesn't face any media grilling or any questioning during rallies. Dr. Burks show up and start talking about their models at Trump rallies. Doesn't happen. How often does Pence show up to do anything other than introduce Trump? How many times does FEMA? Did you have an endless parade of corporate CEOs? Things happen at Trump rallies. It's absurd that these are continuation or extensions of Trump rallies. And that Trump is doing but there was a major change yesterday. Now, I got an email note from a friend. Rush, why aren't reporters at the White House briefings wearing masks? These briefings demonstrate remarkable transparency. From a friend of mine, Trump has slowly worn reporters down to doing their freaking jobs. Tonight has reporters asking mostly legitimate questions. Even, what's his name, Acosta. Even Jim Acosta, CNN, was asking respectful, decent questions. Now, my friend's theory here is that Trump has worn them down, their jobs. And when they did their jobs and when they were asking responsible, decent questions rather than gotcha things, Trump responded in kind. He to shreds. He didn't call them fake news, didn't do any of that. And so my friend here is crediting Trump for wearing reporters down because in these briefings. And by the way, these briefings don't have any sugarcoating. These briefings are worst case scenario, folks. And I know why that's happening. And I'm not... The doomsayers, the doomsayers win every time they try. The doomsayers cannot lose. And so now we got this $2.2 million death, or 2.2 million death figure that is irrelevant and yet still being used. 140,000 deaths. And now we're told the next 2 weeks gonna be the worst 2 weeks. Oh, you better buckle up. You had better get ready. We've been through yet. The doomsayers are alive and well, the biggest picture of doom they can, and we know to the doubt. The second reason is when the numbers come in not nearly as bad, they can say, see, our early warning and our advice made the difference. If the numbers come in at anything less, like 84,000, which some of the models are saying, then you can bank on the fact that the government's going to be praising itself out the wazoo. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I went to the dedication of a federal building one day. I happened to have reason to be there. A gigantic ceremony. The building was named after somebody I knew. You know what the ceremony was about? The ceremony was the General Services Administration praising itself for getting the building built. It was all done. I said, what am I watching here? Well, it's the same thing being set up here. When this is all done, we're going to get, our models were wonderful, and the American people behaved according to the way we told them to be models because of this and that. Instead of 2.2 million people dead, only 80,000 people dead, or instead of 240,000, only 85. Whatever it is, this is how bureaucrats operate. And don't construe this to be criticism, folks. I'm just so you know how the game is played, and how I wouldn't say there's any panic either. Trumpized anything, and he's now personalizing it. He's saying that he knows a couple people, and they're in a coma. They're in a coma. He said his friends are in a coma. My friend writes in the note, Trump has not surrendered to the health experts. He's not surrendered to the media. Hard work, creative problem solving, leadership in action. And tonight we're hearing a little bit more about the problem with mom. Okay, did you watch the briefing yesterday? You didn't. Oh, geez. Brian, did you watch finally the reporters are treating him with respect and asking decent questions? Well, that's not how the media sees this at all. Grab audio soundbite number 8. Listen to this. This is Jim Acosta. This is Trump's #1